I would like to share with you the home apothecary that I've been setting up while Jerry works on the documentary video. I'm super excited. This gets me motivated to get back into the making salves and ointments and different things like that for, for our health. Garlic, have the tea strainer and the old school measuring spoons. A couple of my favorite verses in regards to herbs. Ezekiel 47:12, and on the banks on both sides of the river there will grow all kinds of trees for food. Their leaves will not wither, nor their fruit fail, but they will bear fresh fruit every month, because the water for them flows from the sanctuary. Their fruit will be for food, and their leaves for healing. In Proverbs 17:22, a joyful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Excuse me. Lost Book of Remedies, I got that online several years ago. Yellow dock, harvested from the local river area. That's good for skin ailments. I'm not a doctor and all that stuff. This is just what I use. Yellow dock, also known as curly dock, good for me, for any kind of kidney, liver, or skin conditions. Sea salt, that's Himalayan pink sea salt. The liquid silver came from a dear friend from Tracker K. I sure appreciate that, so we both do. Mint water is peppermint water. That clay is natural clay from nearby. Borax, I've been learning a lot more about that and its uses. It's been used for centuries. All these little jars and things, I've had them for years, finally getting them organized and labeled with just plain old packing tape, paper tape. Almost all of this has come from just the spice shelf, especially from the Mexican food aisles. If you're lucky enough to have, or blessed enough to have that in your grocery store, take advantage of it because their prices are much better. Just normal herbs and spices as we can. We'll get higher quality organic and things like that if we can. If not, we're going to use what we have. But these are just everyday normal things, most of it, that everybody has in their spice cabinet anyhow. I don't have any mustard in there, but it's great for poultices. But when we get some mustard, I'm gonna put it in that. That's a neat little tin someone gave us years ago. Those shelves were from a garage sale a long time ago, and finally they've moved around, and now there's finally the perfect use for them. A mortar and pestle from a old flea market many years ago, crushing up some eggshells for the garden. Some mullein harvested from the backyard. Communion wafers that I made a while back. I'll do a video on how I do that one of these days. This pure honey is from a local family around here, that some people that we just met, and glad to know them. Some teas, black walnut and wormwood blend, which those are antiparasitics that we just started doing, and we're finding out how almost everything is about those little parasites as far as every illness. Apple cider vinegar, I made that from, and it's still processing, but I made it from apple cores and peels. Very easy, you can find recipes online. The Bible, that's just because, I just love that old Bible, and there are a lot of, he's the one that tells us about using the things that he gave to us for our good in every kind of way. There's nothing, we're born in a garden, so how could it be more important than that? Another mortar and pestle. You can find these at the grocery store. This is a lot of Mexican food is ground peppers and things like that in these, and they're just fantastic. Old Lazy Susan from a garage sale. This beeswax is from dear friend Cricket. Very thankful for that. Let's see, that book, I just got it from the local library for $1 on their clear out shelf. The Holy Anointing Oil is simply olive oil that's been prayed over, and I put a couple spots of a couple pieces of the frankincense resin from Tracker K. Dropped it in there as well. Cayenne, cinnamon, and honey, that's good for any kind of blood issues, antibiotic. It's good for so many things. Blood pressure. Again, not a doctor. Disclaimer. These are little drink packet containers that I'm using to collect our seeds in, and some of these seeds also came from Cricket. Some came from our garden. These oils, I'm so thankful for these. These came from Tracker K. And there again is the black seed oil and the oregano. I can tell you that this is much easier to take than this, but we have this here. And no better antibiotic than the oil of oregano. And all these little spices and herbs came from the Mexican food aisle. Some more seeds from Cricket. Elderberry was from a friend in East Texas from a couple years ago. Some of these are a couple years old, but they'll do. And now that they're all dug back out and displayed like this, makes me want to use them more to remind me that I have them, that we have them. This is from Cricket. The nicotine, which we're learning is important in so many ways too, was grown and harvested by another tracker friend, JR, and we really appreciate that. And then the aprons, just because I think they're pretty and I love aprons, and I've had these for years and years, and just the whole little setup here gets me excited for getting our garden going in the spring, which will be here quickly, and just for processing and like I said, making salves and tinctures and just getting back to nature in all the products. And a lot of things I used to know a lot better, but it's been so many years since I've done it or been reading it that I need a refresher. I found some good websites, some good videos, and I'll be researching those. And I've lost a lot of my books that I used to have, but no biggie. One I'd like to find again was called Back to Eden by Jethro Kloss, and I had that worn out. It was duct taped together and dog-eared, and if you ever get a chance to get that book, get it. It's a great one. So I'm going to add that. There's a spot for it right over there, but that's going to go in this collection too. And anyway, I just thought it might be interesting for some of y'all, and I was excited and I wanted to share with my friends. I love y'all. Have a good day.